Hey everybody, and welcome to this special on Jupiter in retrograde 2023. So this year Jupiter is going to go in retrograde from the 4th of September right up until the 31st of December, and it's going to go direct at 3:41 a.m. and it's going into retrograde at 3:11 p.m. on the 4th of September. So yeah, Jupiter in astrology is known as an expansive planet associated with growth, abundance, higher learning, travel, long distance travel, and legal matters and stuff like that. So this year it's going retrograde in the 22nd degree of Aries. So remember, I do Vedic constellational astrology, which differs from Western astrology. So it's based on where the planets are actually in the sky at any given time, and the luminaries, the sun and the moon, and other, stuff like Chiron, the asteroid, and that. So yeah, so when Jupiter goes retrograde, it appears to be moving backwards, but actually it's just swinging side to side. But on Earth it appears like it is going backwards. So symbolically, retrogrades ask us to turn our attention inward from outward, looking at eternal reasons for our problems and going within and seeking solutions inside ourselves, and reflecting on our lives and where we need to reevaluate and reassess our goals and desires and change our thought patterns and behaviors and stuff like that. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, which is known for its fiery and independent nature, representing new beginnings and self-discovery. It also rules the head in astrology as well, which contains our brain. So it's about, focusing on our thoughts and looking after, our mental health, and if we suffer from migraines and headaches, and paying attention to that, and our ears and our eyes and our mouth and what we say and stuff like that as well. So when Jupiter goes retrograde in Aries, it's a prompting to look at our inner desires and our goals, and thinking, are we overdoing it with the drugs, drink, alcohol, Netflix and chilling, hooking up and stuff like that? Nothing's the wrong matter with all of these things. I believe everything's good in moderation, as long as it's consensual and it does no harm to others, or unnecessary harm to yourself, and as long as we're taking care of our emotional, psychological, spiritual, physical health and financial health as well. So the tagline for the 22nd degree of Aries is the gate to the garden of desire. So this retrograde period serves as a gateway to accessing our hidden desires. So the things we hide from ourselves. This may be, you may want to be an entrepreneur, you want to sing or dance and think, I'm not the best singer or dancer, so I won't do it. But it's about embracing yourself and going after what you truly want in life. So in a nutshell, this retrograde is all about asking yourself what brings you true, authentic joy and fulfillment. It's also a good time to take stock of your personal growth. Are you working on improving your psychological, emotional, spiritual, financial health? If not, how can you start doing that? And just genuinely looking at your lifestyle and see if it's suitable for producing a healthy and balanced sort of like mindset and state of being. So Jupiter in Aries also asks us to question our ambitions and whether they align with our authentic selves, and also on the negative end, it reminds us to be cautious of our impulsive or reckless actions that may be robbing us of our joy. So, because Aries is a sign associated with taking bold action and being spontaneous, you can be tempted to make hasty decisions during this retrograde. So it's always, best if you take a step back and consider the consequences before you're making any major leaps. So you may just feel like, I'm going to change everything in my life. Now, I've been there and done that many times, and each time I rush into things and have that burst of energy for 2 weeks of exercising, whatever it is, writing, whatever, it ultimately at times that momentum don't last. So we're looking for a slow and steady pace in bringing changes into our lives, and this is how we can make them long term. So This energy is good for introspection, self reflection, peeling away the layers of social expectations and external influences, asking yourself what truly ignites your soul. What dreams have you tucked away in the depths of your hearts? Are you living for yourself or your parents or family, culture, religions, or what our nations and our friends expect us to do, and why are you doing that? Why are you not living for yourself? And this is not about being selfish and not caring about the environment and world. This is about asking yourself, whose life is it really anyway? So yeah. Jupiter serves as a guiding light when it's in Aries, encouraging us to dig deep into our innermost selves as it's in retrograde, questioning the paths we've chosen, and with the intention of re-evaluating our goals and making sure that we're living to our authentic nature and our actions and thoughts are aligned with our true passions in life. So from a worldly, materialistic perspective, Jupiter's retrograde in Aries can bring about a shift in our desires and our ambitions. It can influence the collective consciousness by stirring up a sense of restlessness and prompting a re-evaluation of societal values, leading to a period of introspection within communities and institutions as people question their beliefs and seek new ways to create a more balanced and equal society. In the realm of politics, Jupiter in retrograde can spark introspection for political leaders about how they lead us and how they govern us, encouraging them to reassess their policies and priorities. It can lead to a re-evaluation of the power dynamics and push for more inclusive and equal and just systems, as I said, in social welfare and healthcare and stuff like that as well. It can also incite us to talk more about social justice issues, inspiring more activism that calls for real practical change, bringing about a sort of collective call for growth and transformation, urging us to let go of superficial and materialistic goals that we often glorify instead of focusing on a more collective, and cultivating a more meaningful existence. So we may seek more meaning and see less superficial content and stuff at this time being produced, and more serious content being produced across social media and all of that. So I'm going to talk now about the aspects that Jupiter makes when it goes into retrograde. So it makes a conjunction with the moon at a 2.12 degree applying orb. It makes a trine with the sun at a 3.47 degree applying orb, and a trine with Mercury at a 0.08 separating orb. Also makes a square with Venus at a 3.22 applying orb, and a conjunction with Uranus at a 7.28 applying orb, and a quincunx with the ascendant of its chart at a 0.01 separating orb. So the moon conjunction to Jupiter suggests an alignment between Jupiter's emotional and expansive qualities, and it allows you to be optimistic despite any challenges you're facing right now. It can increase our intuition and emotional growth during this time if we apply ourselves. The trine between the Sun and Jupiter is like another harmonious sort of energy, but even conjunctions and trines can be negative if we don't apply them, because we've tried energy, because it comes so easy, we may miss the opportunity to use it, and this is when it becomes negative. So anyway, the Sun's trine to Jupiter can increase our sense of purpose, boost our self-esteem, and bring personal growth and success opportunities. So it's good for applying, on your personal career and educational development, which I'll talk more about in a short while. Mercury's trine to Jupiter allows us to think more clearly, communicate more effectively, and also supports a form of intellectual, sort of spiritual growth. It can also, allow us to be more persuasive when we're talking, so good for sales, negotiations, learning new skills, sharing ideas with others, creating content and stuff like that. Venus's square to Jupiter may bring challenges in relationships or financial matters, because we can be overindulgent, as I said in the intro, and drugs, drink and alcohol, which drink and alcohol is the same, but yeah, we can just have unrealistic expectations, spend too much as well, so we have to make a conscious effort not to overdo it with hookups and stuff, because Venus can make us a bit more romantic or sensual as well, so we just have to find the balance between that. And this energy of Venus square to Jupiter is best used to look at our personal values and change them accordingly. The conjunction with Uranus can be unpredictable, but it's good because it can get us out of our comfort zone. It can also allow us to break from conformity and rebel in positive ways, rather than just doing rebelling for the sake of it, and then this can lead to negative legal or other consequences. Some of you may experience sudden opportunities that, although may disrupt your routine, can lead to personal growth and liberation. Ultimately, this energy encourages us and supports us in stepping out of our comfort zone, exploring new possibilities, and make breakthroughs as well, and go on some exciting adventures and be a bit more innovative in the way we go about our daily life if we choose. So good for sort of technology, scientific, spiritual projects and stuff like that, and anything that is out of the box and alternative. Jupiter's quincunx to the ascendant shows us that we will need to change, and it's best to change ourselves during this time as well, especially how we present ourselves to the world. There may be a slight misalignment between your goals and how others think about you, perceive you, so it supports self-reflection, taking reassessment of your goals and who you are, and waking you up and getting you out of your rut so you can come more in alignment with your authentic self. And it's a good idea to take this chance to bring yourself more in alignment with who you really are, and this can bring you more success in your personal and professional life as well. Okay, so also at the time of Jupiter going into retrograde, it's making a stellium with Uranus and the moon. So in astrology, a stellium is an alignment of 3 or more planets that are in close conjunction with each other, and normally this takes place when they're in the same zodiac sign. So in this case, they're all in Aries, although some stelliums can happen due to a degree up. So imagine we have Aries, Jupiter in Aries at the 29th degree of Aries, but then we have Venus in Taurus at the 5th degree of Taurus, of course, and then we've got the Sun at the 8th degree of Taurus. These planets will still be called a stellium, can by orb, because they're within that 8-10 degree orb range, which forms a conjunction. So basically, a stellium intensifies and concentrates the energy in a particular area of life. So Jupiter, the Moon and Uranus are all in the 5th house when it goes into retrograde, so all things to do with how we take risks, romance, children, how we create in life, how we release our creativity will also be under the spotlight for all of us. But it depends on exactly what's happening in your transit chart from your natal chart, exactly what's going to happen. But on the mundane level, everything to do with the 5th house is going to come under the spotlight, and the 5th house is normally the home of Leo and the Sun, so we have to watch out for ego, because it's also another fire sign. So it's like a doubly concentrated fire retrograde period, so which is good because it makes us take the initiative and get things done. And with Aries being a cardinal fire sign and Leo being a fixed fire sign, we have to watch out for being too stubborn. But Aries can get us out of our comfort zone with it being more of a cardinal pushing us. So When Uranus and the Moon and Jupiter are in stellium, we can have an increase in intuition, emotional intelligence, and our energy, expression of our originality and innovation can be heightened, as well as our need to learn and grow as individuals. But negatively, we can be more intense and unpredictable in our emotions and thoughts, so we have to watch out for that. We can have an overwhelming, influx of new ideas and possibilities, which can make us feel like overwhelmed and scattered and restless. So just make sure you pick your choices wisely. As I said, there's a lot of fire energy wanting us to make change, wanting us to go fast, but the best approach is to try and be as balanced as you can, because you can find yourself interested and juggling multiple interests or projects right now. It's essential to prioritize and focus on what truly matters to you, and things that are actually going to bring reward. And even if that reward is just having some fun, then so be it. But just make sure you don't take on too much. You allow other people to express themselves as well, and just watch out for being unpredictable, and use your emotional intelligence and your intuition to sort of like guide you through this period as well. So the stellium gives the energy and supports mindset and behaviour changes, so use this energy to review your beliefs and consider any areas in your life where you need to, let go of limiting beliefs and expand your horizons, as the stellium aspect has the potential to push you towards personal growth and transformation if you use this energy wisely. So embrace the power of intuition, originality and expansion that this alignment brings, but it's also important to find balance amongst the intensity, so don't forget to chill out. Okay, in terms of Sabian symbols, Sabian degrees in astrology are a set of symbols that can help us get deeper spiritual and esoteric insights into what's actually going on during any sort of event, and in this case it's Jupiter retrograde, going retrograde in the 22nd degree of Aries. So this degree helps us to go inward and explore our desires and find traits that were locked away, or discover new hidden treasures within ourselves, and tapping into that untapped potential. This gate symbolism invites us to pursue what truly brings us joy, as I said earlier. On the negative end, it warns us of the potential of unchecked desires, so not managing our desires and being reckless, and going across people's boundaries and just being egotistical. And as I said, it's like double fire energy because of the stellium in the 5th house between Uranus, the Moon and Jupiter as well, so it's expanding everything in that 5th house. So yeah, we have to watch out for becoming lost in our own desires at this time, and our cravings, and being consumed by our wants. And we have to exercise, use caution and moderation during this time, as we may be overwhelmed or misled by our desires as well. So Aries energy rules our motivation, but also our sexual sort of like drives as well, so we can have a lot of pent up energy. So some of this will be channeled into our creativity or exercise and stuff, letting off steam quite by doing work, as well as having pleasure. It's not about not having pleasure at all, but just about balancing it. Also, this degree rules the chi muscles of our human body, so it suggests that we may experience tension or stress in our facial expressions, or at this time, paying attention to other people's facial expressions can allow us to tap into their true feelings and emotions, because sometimes as humans we can say yeah, we're fine, and we're not really fine. So if you pay attention to people's facial expressions, it can help you strengthen relationships. But also watch out that even though you may try and conceal your feelings, your face can give them away at this time as well. So our cheek muscles are associated with emotions and communication, so it's important to be mindful of how we express ourselves during this time, and to engage in practices that promote emotional balance and self-awareness. So this can be like meditation, journaling or seeking guidance from a trusted friend or therapist or something like that, or just going within, listening to podcasts or self-help or reading a book or whatever it is, that can help you chill out. Also, it's good to practice active listening, which is listening to actually get to the root of the problem rather than listening to reply, actually paying attention to what's being said and the emotions and feelings behind what's being said as well. The 22nd degree of Aries reminds us that, self-reflection and thinking before we act and react is important, and listening to others can help us grow, and listening to ourselves can help us, become more stable within ourselves as well. And just to keep in mind that the risks of becoming consumed by our wants and losing sight of what really matters is real. So, it's important to question and to rebalance and to, think before we react, so we don't get overwhelmed by our own energy or ambitions at this time. And remember that it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of, going after your dreams, but it's beneficial to remember that the material achievements do not solely measure success. So the importance of looking after our emotional, spiritual and psychological health, and thinking about what is happiness to you rather than what society tells us, which is chasing, the cars, the partners, the money and stuff like that. So in terms of the karmic lessons of the karma and the past life implications of this Jupiter retrograde, it's a time to confront any unresolved karmic issues related to self-expression, self-confidence and taking initiative. So, becoming responsible for creating our own destiny and going after what we want. Memories or experiences from our past lives that are relevant to our current journey may come to the forefront. So because Jupiter's in Aries, the focus can be on lifetimes when you struggled with, asserting yourself, lacked confidence or failed to take necessary action to, make yourself happy and achieve your goals. So it's an opportunity to review and reflect on past life experiences or even experiences in this life, and to make conscious choices to break free from any limiting behaviours and beliefs as well, and focus on where you may be going after your goals and neglecting the needs of yourself and others, failing to find a healthy balance between working hard and playing and relaxation, and the material, physical, financial aspects of your life, and the spiritual and emotional and psychological needs as well. So yeah, Jupiter in Aries will bring issues of fairness, cooperation and compassion up as well. So ultimately, it's about remembering that every action we take has an energetic impact on ourselves and those around us. And if we've been too aggressive or selfish in this life or our past lives, this retrograde period invites us to acknowledge any negative repercussions that may have come from such behaviour, and to make amends to those who we need to, and especially ourselves as well, freeing ourselves from any unforgiveness, so we can, go on with self-love and understanding and healing and compassion as well. And, it's not about hating others for or blaming others for their past mistakes. It's about learning from them, and this is how we can truly break free from old toxic patterns of relating to ourselves and others, and create a more empowered and balanced approach to asserting ourselves and respecting other people's boundaries as well. So now I'm going to talk about how hookup and committed relationships are affected by Jupiter retrograde. So it's an opportunity in terms of committed relationships to dig deep into the relationship's core values, long-term goals and expectations and foundations of the relationship, and just looking at are both partners needs being met, and if not, how can you do that, and how you're nurturing the relationship itself as well as the relationship each of you should be having with yourself. Are you taking time to actually make your relationship more productive? Within hookup relationships, there can be a sense of restlessness and instability, because you may find yourself questioning the superficial nature of these encounters, and you may want to seek more meaningful connections, so this could lead to some of you ending these types of relationships. And because our emotions and our desires are amplified at this time, this can lead to impulsive decisions and heightened passions. So it's essential for us to navigate this energy in terms of our relationships and hookups with self-awareness, and to make sure our actions align with our long-term relationship goals. So, you know, it encourages honesty and authenticity in our relationships, providing the energy for us to be transparent about our intentions and needs and boundaries. So this can create a solid foundation for committed relationships and casual encounters, allowing for more open, natural communication and mutual understanding. By reflecting on what truly matters and aligning your actions with personal values, you can strengthen your connections and develop greater emotional intimacy at this time. So ultimately, Jupiter retrograde serves as a cosmic reminder to evaluate the quality of our relationships and make the necessary changes during this time. And just remember, during this period, it's not uncommon for deep-rooted issues to come up to the surface, especially, you know, conversations you've been putting off. So, you know, this energy challenges us to confront any issues that come up sort of head on. So in terms of spiritual, educational and personal and career development, when Jupiter goes into retrograde, it slows down typically progress in our professional lives. It's a time when we might face obstacles or delays in achieving our goals. However, this phase also offers an opportunity for introspection and re-evaluation of our ambitions and aspirations. We can use this period to reassess our career path and make the necessary changes that we need to. It's a time to reflect on whether we are truly aligned with our passion and values when it comes to our professional life, and if not, you know, we should consider making strategic changes that will lead us to a more fulfilling career. In terms of spiritual growth, it allows us to question our beliefs and explore different philosophies, cultures, religions, countries even for some of you, because it does last for the best part of, you know, for 3 to 4 months. So it urges us to find inner wisdom and connect with the divine, whatever that means to us. Embracing this time can lead to profound spiritual growth and a greater understanding of your purpose in life, and you know, look at things from a new perspectives and have new experiences. On the educational development front, it can bring challenges, setbacks and delays in our academic or self-learning plans, but just remember that, you know, any delays are a chance to re-evaluate our approach to learning and expand our knowledge beyond traditional boundaries. We can use this time to explore different subjects or alternative methods of learning new things as well that align with our actual authentic interests and goals. This energy encourages us to think critically, question existing knowledge that we believe to be true, seek out new opportunities for growth and development. And it's a reminder that education is not limited to the classroom, but can be found in various experiences and interactions with people from different cultures and different belief systems of ours, because we are very decisive, but as I know and believe, we all got something in common, and we should focus on our similarities and respecting each other's lifestyle changes even if we don't agree with them. We are allowed to have our own opinions. Everyone doesn't need to agree with each other, but we can tolerate each other and respect and find some kind of common ground. Overall, in terms of all relationships, friendships, co-work relationships and family relationships as well, there can be a change in dynamics, and, you know, overall we can be evaluating whether there are relationships nurture or stop our growth. We may find ourselves questioning if they are authentic, uncovering hidden truths, or redefining boundaries within existing relationships. So, you know, again, in all types of relationships, it's best to be honest in our communication, and even though there may be conflicts that come up because unresolved issues may come out to the surface. Whatever happens now, even though you may want to shy away from the arguments and stuff like that, it's a chance to, you know, deeper connections and strengthen bonds, or just let go of stuff that's stopping your overall growth and progress. In terms of financial goals, Jupiter retrograde asks us to review our spending habits and assess our financial goals and make any necessary changes. It encourages us to be mindful of our relationship with money and consider whether it aligns with our values and long-term goals. It may be a time to reevaluate your investments, budgeting strategies, or career choices. Anything else that, you know, sort of impacts your financial stability, taking a closer look at your financial patterns and seeing if they're holding you back from achieving financial abundance. By reflecting on your sort of like financial goals, you can gain valuable insights that allow you to make informed choices and create a more solid foundation for your future prosperity. In the realms of personal wellness and self-care, it's a time to assess your overall well-being and, you know, give your body the care and attention that it deserves. This may involve re-evaluating your exercise routines, dietary choices, and overall lifestyle habits. You may find yourself drawn to more alternative healing methods or exploring new wellness practices that align with your needs. Jupiter retrograde encourages us to listen to our bodies and address any nagging health concerns. And by prioritizing our physical well-being during this period, we create a strong foundation for our overall wellness and set a stage for a healthier future. Making sure that, you know, your exercise or meditation and other routines are enjoyable and effective for you. And, you know, if they're not, then you can change that up. It's a good time to try new forms of movement and activities that bring you joy and happiness while also keeping you fit and healthy. Also, looking at the food that you're eating, asking yourself, is it nourishing your body? Are the nutrient-rich foods, or do you rely too much on processed and unhealthy options? It's a perfect time to assess your overall eating habits and make any changes that need to be made to improve your well-being. For students, this period offers an ideal time to explore new ideas and areas of interest, revisit old goals and fresh perspectives. Professionals can benefit from reviewing their career paths and seeking opportunities for growth and redirection. Entrepreneurs should use this time to analyse their business strategies and consider innovative ways to expand their ventures. Embracing the energy of Jupiter's retrograde and using your potential can pave the way for, you know, personal and professional advancement. So, in summary, this period allows us to reflect on our physical well-being and make necessary changes to our exercise routines and food choices. It allows for students to explore new interests, professionals to review their careers, and entrepreneurs to analyse their business strategies. On the negative end, it can bring challenges and setbacks in all areas of our lives. It's important to approach this phase with patience, resilience, and a willingness to adapt. The best use of this energy is to use its vibe for self-reflection, taking this opportunity to, you know, change what needs to be changed as well. And whether you're focusing on personal growth, career development, or business strategies, Jupiter retrograde presents a powerful energy that can be used for personal transformation. So embrace the opportunities for self-discovery while also remaining adaptable and open to change and unexpected events. So yeah, that's my take on Jupiter retrograde in the 22nd degree of Aries for 2023. So yeah, take care and see you next time.